What is going on, everybody? Breaking: Binance suspends all withdrawals in their system. Oh no, all of crypto is about to what? Breaking: Binance has resumed withdrawals. It took about 1 minute. A middleware management server broke, and it took them all of 1 minute to fix it. So this headline sucked, but that's okay. It's engagement, right? Now, if you notice that I am looking into your soul today, if there's something about today where it seems like I am just staring you down, that I'm looking into your soul, that's because I'm using an AI algorithm to make my eyes stay on the camera at all times. So when I look around, it gets all flickery and weird, and it's very, very creepy. And I absolutely love that. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with my eyes over the next few days as we experiment with this AI technology to make me continue to stare deep into your soul. And we've got Ronnie Six in the house crying. When? Go get a job. Anyway, not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, crypto? I am staring you in the soul today. I am looking at your crypto wallet, that bing, bada bing, ching, ching, big profit. Just to remind you, Binance suspended their withdrawals for almost one entire minute. What is happening? Nothing. There was a middleware malfunction on a server, and it was immediately fixed. And Bitcoin just absolutely continues to send. If you like this content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell to be notified. And I am proud to announce that Bencoin is going to sponsor a competition here. When I say competition, I'm not sure if it's really a competition, but my journey is to 30,000 subscriptions at this point, and I'm sitting at 29,900 and I want to say 10 as of this video, unless Ronnie unsubscribed, then it's 29,909. But thank you, Ronnie. Anyway, so so at 30,000 subscriptions, Bencoin is going to sponsor the channel and give away $500 in Bencoin. And it's going to be one winner. We're going to do a drawing of the 30,000 subscribers, and you're going to have 24 hours, and we are going to find and pick a winner. Maybe we'll even have a live giveaway. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do the giveaway yet. Might just do some random crazy spin with everybody who's in the chat at the time, something like that. But I want to give a few days as we get closer to it to let everybody have an opportunity, because I want everybody to win, especially after you've dealt with me staring you in the soul like you are a cryptocurrency, like you are a Bitcoin. You see me blinking? That ain't stinking. Come on, guys. The AI algorithm that has my eyes pegged on you at this moment. I'm watching every single move you make, every breath you take, every step you take, every single day. I'll be watching you, and I'm using AI to do it. I'm just like Big Brother. I'm just like the Chinese government. I'm just like the US government. If you listen to Edward Snowden, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I see you guys. I see everything. Maddie, put the chicken wing down. It's breakfast time. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, let's get into it. First and foremost, let's move this thing to the side. That's what she said. And let's get into the news. So, hope everybody's having a great morning. But the news of the day is that our good buddies over at Binance suspended withdrawals for a short period of time. All funds are safe. We apologize for the inconvenience. We'll be able to update you on the progress. Or as CZ Binance said, for what did you say, CZ? For. So just go with 4 on this one. But it did happen. So, of course, people got a little bit spooked about it, but it was nothing to be alarmed about. These kind of things do happen every once in a while. But in the good news, Binance has now set up a trading platform in Hong Kong to apply for a license. And if you're looking down in the bottom left-hand corner and you see me still staring at you while I'm not really staring at you, isn't it creepy? Oh, isn't it creepy? But here's the good part. The good part is it's not going away. All right. So anyway, Binance has set up a trading platform in Hong Kong to apply for a license. So South China Bitcoin license, Binance license looks like it's coming very, very soon. And look, Binance is going to go a long way over the next little while of fixing their reputation. I'm staring you in the soul again, aren't I? Does it feel creepy yet? Anyway, Binance is going a long way to fix their reputation. Now, there's still court cases outstanding. There are still places that they've pulled out of. And look, CZ Binance doesn't pull out of anything, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. But for right now, for right now, they're going a long way towards reversing the trend. And the trend right now has been that they've lost tons of market share over the last year because they have been constantly under attack. But they're still well funded and they still have the ability to do everything that they've always wanted to do, to take over the world of crypto, as the case may be. By the way, vaulted shirt today for those of you who are in the Volt Army. Just in case you didn't know, your man still remains vaulted. But CZ Binance and Binance are still under attack in the United States. But I do think that a lot of this is going to disappear. It always does when a large company is involved. And that doesn't mean good, bad, or indifferent. That just means that it always does seem to work out to the benefit of the company in some way. They get a little bit of fine. Yesterday, we had some real black swan stuff because Blackscale was in trouble for doing something bad with investor money, and they paid a fine of $2.5 million, and it went away. Okay. So I expect to see the same thing kind of happen. Am I still staring into your soul? Can you still see it? Do my eyes flicker every once in a while when I come off of the screen? Like when I move too far away, my eyes go back to normal and it doesn't look like I'm staring at the screen. I just want to make sure it's your soul that I'm looking at. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it is creepy, but it's my goddamn show. You know what I mean? Anyway, 42,000 Bitcoin target. Let's flip over here. 42,000 Bitcoin target is preordained, according to economist Max Kruger. And listen, there's a lot of people right now who are saying that $40,000 is preordained. When we get to Bitcoin, we're going to talk about that because I would tend to agree with what they're saying right now. It really looks like we've got another leg up coming. But what he says, our view has been that the ETF is quasi-guaranteed and the SEC would have it approved by January 10. In January itself, to be precise, I think it's the 17th, but okay. We had also been expecting the market to front-run the approval by about a month and a half, but animal spirits have decided to start running now. Given last week's large move, we think the Bitcoin consolidating for a few days in the 30 to 32,000 range before continuation just makes sense. Any dips into the 29s are for buying. We also think that the day the ETF gets approved, the market would see a 20% plus move intraday. We see Bitcoin hitting 42,000 by the time the ETF launches. The Economist notes that a 42,000 is a key Fibonacci retracement level and also proved a key level during the China 2021 announced crypto ban. I'm a big fan of Fibonacci retracements and expansions, also known as astrology for men. 42,000 is not only a major fib for Bitcoin, but also one of the key levels from 2021, the China level. So we are looking at a move to 42,000 at least. Now, remember, I did go on the Crypto Crossfire and I said 50,000. So, I don't know what to say about Alex Kruger other than get your shit together and predict 50,000 like a real man. Isn't that what he said? Fibonacci retracement is astrology for men. Well, get your astrology for men together and get to 50,000. You know what I'm talking about? You get it. You get it. Pill me up. You know what I mean? All right, guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you go check out Muskrat token. If you haven't, that is something that I launched. There is a game involved. You come in here, you click on travel to Muskrats, and you can go check this game out. Around the dots, get the high score over here. Get yourself on the wall of fame. The best score so far, 412 from the creator, but 417, I think, is the overall. We'll have something where we're tracking all the scores or something like that at some point soon, I would think. And then also working on a basketball game in the background. So we should see something with that very, very soon. Meanwhile, US 10-year yields are at 4.88%, still riding on this all-time high, but not really as prohibitive as it has been before. So I get the sense here and I get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, this 10-year yield is set to start coming down. Now, it's been a little while and these things have been rising and rising and rising and rising. So I could be wrong about that. We could see it spike over 5, but 5 is generally, if we go back even to a 5-year all time, we can come back here. We did see back in the 80s when it got really, really bad. It went up to 15.82%. But, these are levels that we haven't seen since the last time we had a big problem in the world. And that was the housing bubble, which collapsed right over here. When it all came crashing down, we saw these super low interest rates, super low bond rates, et cetera, which of course correlated with the stock market boom. So, I think that the Fed and everybody are looking to get this way down because it's not looking great right now. So let's get on and into Bitcoin. 14 billion has entered the market. We are now moving on to Bitcoin. Look at this, guys. And just for clarity here, we do have a couple of longs that we entered into. Remember last night, we entered into a Bitcoin long at exactly 34,000. That one is playing out pretty well. We're up 21% on that one, but the Ethereum one, the oxygen seems to be getting sucked out of Ethereum right now. We're down 23 bucks on that. Not a lot, but still, it seems like Ethereum is not moving along with the rest of the market. Now, remember, we entered Ethereum at the position that we gave. I didn't create a dip for it, so we're just going to sit on that one for a while. We are sitting on both of these for a bit. This Ethereum long does liquidate at 1724. Now, I'm not really comfortable with that level, by the way, but we'll see. So anyway, 24,536 right now. We're seeing Bitcoin is still moving towards this upside, even despite what has been going on. So I'm feeling really confident right now. And to point out here, we printed a massive bearish divergence over here. Coming off of another massive bearish divergence and a gigantic sell signal, which resulted in a massive pump. Now, what we're looking at right here give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. We've got this forming right here. We've got this forming right here. We've got another flag-shaped potential breakout for Bitcoin forming up. And like this one looks good. This one looks like it's just banging on the top right here, trying to hit a breakout moment. Like it would not surprise me to see a real breakout. And part of this comes from right here. Remember, this was a long-term resistance. And guys, this will make Benjamin Cowan absolutely furious if he sees this thing break out and go above this, because he has been telling you guys for so long that it's all coming down, that it's all crashing down, and what he's got right now and the whole thing. By the way, I don't mean to attack Benjamin Cowan. It just so happens that he misread this thing entirely, at least in the short term. Here's the thing. I have to take my victory lap right now, because if I don't and the market does crash, then I have to go back and I have to be like, I never said any of that. Am I staring in your soul right now? Anyway, so Benjamin Cowan, and by the way, the guy is one of the better analysts in the space, along with Gareth Soloway. They all saw 12,000. They saw 12,000 because that was simple. That was so simple that even a monkey could get that. So why did they see that, by the way? Let's go back here and let's look at the weekly charts, and let's remove everything that you see on the chart right now. And we can't do that one. We actually have to do this one. But the 12,000 number comes into play because that was that was right here, and that represented the top of the last that represented a top on the last cycle. Not this one, but this last cycle represented kind of a retracement level. So they were considering that this was probably going to be where it all came back down to, which was this area right here that represents a huge amount of resistance across the board. I guess I should just put it at 12,000 and show you guys, and then you can be like, oh, well, God damn it. I did my best on that one, but anyway, 12,000, and let's turn that into big red, big red, 12K. All right, so there we go. We got it right there. Now, as you can see over here, it represented and by the way, this is this common retracement level. Very common retracement level. Across here, you can see 12,000 was a major point of resistance in the previous market. So it's standard to think that it's going to retest that low, because here it is. This is the collapse last time, tested that low. So they're considering that this is going to be where we test that low. Now, what I think happened was, I think the retracement just didn't test that low, but it was very close to it. So I think that, you know, we got our bottom right there. And I mean, look at the market, right? I mean, we just kind of look at the market, like we see the structure, we see the structural similarity. Now we saw the double top right here. We didn't see that double top on this last one, but it didn't work the same way anyway. But same thing over here, came down. This one came out after the big move, and it came down and it retested. And where did it retest? It retested 150, which was the same spot. Like we're basically looking at the same charts. This just did not retrace at the same level as the rest of the broader market. So that's where their number came from. And that's why they were delusional about, we're going to 12,000, bro. It's preordained. It's in there. It's written in the charts. It's written in the skies, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, so they got it wrong. And that's, you know, shout out to them for getting it wrong. When you get great analysts like that getting things wrong, then you know that there's something going on in the market, something really big that could potentially happen here. But you know, this 12,000 number was a previous kind of historical blah, blah, blah. Now it's not. So what I do think we're going to see is 37,250 is the number that I gave you guys before. Remember, if we go above that, all to the good. But 48,501 was the one that I also gave you as that next leg up, not 42,000. So I'm anticipating that we're going to see. And look, here's what you're watching right now, right? What you're watching is a market just stair-stepping its way up. And what it's looking for is it's looking for some validation of its position. Now, let's go back here. For anybody who what was previously taking notes, remember, I was giving you that parabolic curve cycle, right? And I told you that this line was the resistance, right? Well, guess what we're using as support right now? Or I'm sorry, it was support all this time before it broke down over here. Well, guess where we are? We're using it as support all over again. We've broken back into where I told you guys months and months and months ago we were headed. And Selmo, where the hell is Selmo Fudd? Has he come back here yet? Has he taken it? You got to take a licking and keep on ticking here, man. because look at this. Look at what is going on right here. It's just absolutely crazy. We are back into our channel. We are back all the way. 37 is incoming, 40 preordained. So, I mean, what's not to like, guys? Now, that being said, I would like to see Ethereum get a little bit more pump out of it because I'd like to see that 2000 get hit. But, you know, like, I'm just not sure. Like, I just don't, I just don't know. But remember, guys, what do I have? I got my Volted Believer shirt on today because I am still a Volted Believer. Now, if you're a Volted Believer, go check out Volt Inu. I don't do content for them anymore, but I'm still going to remain bullish on the project for a long period of time. So hoping for good things from them. Still pumping, by the way. We're going to talk about that in just a second, actually. But so Bitcoin 24,553. Here's the thing. Do we test this all-time high again? All-time high. Oh my God. Do we test this local high that we had, 25,949? Can we test that today? Like, are we going to get a big move in which we are about to retest 35,949? When we look at the hour chart, I mean, look, we're getting ready to break out again. So if we break out again, and guys, let me just take this from this move to here. If I just kind of bar pattern this, and this is as rudimentary as it gets, right? But if I just bar pattern this thing and say, well, this is the move right here. If we get the same move on a breakout that we just got, then we're at 40,000, right? And that's what I think people are looking at right now. They're thinking that this thing is going to break out like in this pattern at this, you know, this is where 40,000 comes into play. So if that were to happen over the next bunch of hours, then that would be what the French would call like a holy shit moment. Now, the question is, will it continue on or will it break down? Well, I'm sitting here with a take profit at 35, but you know what? Let's go. Let's just 35,949. You know what? No. We're gonna stick with 35,000 for right now. We're gonna take the money at 35,000. I don't want to cheat that out. We're gonna take the money at that, and then we're gonna re-enter a position to take us up further. That's what we're gonna do. So there we are with that one, and let's go over here to Bing because I also have a long going on Bing as well, and the Bitcoin is in profit right now. Again, the Ethereum is dragging behind, so waiting to see that one play out a little bit better. But you know, again, oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, we're gonna add a TP here, and we're gonna TP this one at 40,000. There we go. And that'll be 253%. And then we're not gonna enter a stop loss, and we're just gonna confirm. Oops, TP amount is going to be the whole thing. And confirm. Ooh, we don't want that. Take the stop loss off. By the way, guys, if you have not already, sign up for Bing. Bing is actually really cool about how you can set stuff up. So for this one, for the purpose of this one, then you know what we've been talking about right now is that Ethereum was going to 2,000, right? Well, we put an open price in at 1,800. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take profit trigger at 2,000. And we're gonna take the whole thing at that point. And now you can click on here and put a stop loss in if you want to, and you can like move it around and adjust it as you need. And then you can even set up this thing right here, guaranteed TP feature will ensure. And guys, this is for you. This is for you right here. Sign up for Bing X today and at least put $50 in and try this out. The guaranteed TP feature will ensure that your TP order is filled at a price better than or equal to the trigger price, safeguarding against potential profit reduction caused by slippage. This feature does not charge any fee. It works as a TP limit order and thus cannot guarantee a 100% execution when the market price reaches the trigger price. Now, when you're doing it with Bitcoin, it's a little different because there's a lot of trade volume in Bitcoin. And Ethereum and stuff like that. You don't when you're doing this with lower value items, when you're doing this with different projects or different products, then it becomes a little bit different because they don't have as much trading volume. So I would be looking at trying to protect myself with those, high trade volumes. And it looks like we're getting a pump going again. It's continuing to move on. Yeah, so we're continuing this move. Let's go to the lower time frame ranges right now. This is a 15-minute chart right now. And it looks like we wicked out over here at the value area high on the 15-minute. And guys, by the way, if you're looking to make some plays, I mean, it's not expensive, by the way. If you put $50 in Bing X or Fair Desk, by the way, if you put it into Fair Desk or Bing X, sign up today, by the way. If you do, then you can use $10 or $15. Yeah, Amit, it's in the link in the description down below on this video. Click on there. Once you fund your account, I think there's up to a $50 sign up bonus. So you might even get a $50 futures funding for you to use. But I mean, what I would recommend is, go to TradingView, Lux Algo Predictive Ranges. Just kind of work on predictive ranges for right now. You don't have to do anything else. Like let's cut some of this off and make it simple for you guys. Boom, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of our volume profile. So that's the only thing that we're dealing with right here. And we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna keep that long-term spot right there. And we're gonna leave that one, right? So this is your move here, and we're gonna close that off. So this is simplified, as simplified as it gets, guys. We're using Lux Algo Predictive Ranges. So if you just consider that what you want to do is you want to use like some low leverage on this first red line. For those of you that don't understand, this blue line right here is your point of control. Now, if you ever watch Frankie Candles, he will talk to you about a point of control. The point of control is the pivot of the range that you're in, okay? Then you have a value area high, which is the area that you short from, and you have a value area low, which is where you long from. Now, when you get to the value area high, there's two spots to the range, right? So the general consensus is you want to use very low leverage when you get to this range. Now, the other thing is you want to do it early in the channel. When you're getting late over here in the channel, you might be having a breakout one way or another because it's been trending for a little while. Go back and look at how long these things trend and how long they go for. And as you move around, you'll see they go for a good extension of time, but they're pretty accurate as well. So if you're looking to make a move here, so let's just consider you hit the value area high here, right here, and you went in 5x, right? Well, then after you went in here 5x, it continued up. So what do? Then you put in another 10 or 15 bucks or 20 bucks. Look, I'm telling you, small dollars, right? Put in a few more bucks on this one and increase your leverage position right here. And as long as it comes back down like it's doing right here, then you're just going to take profit when you get to this level right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in for, let's say 5x. That gives you plenty of leverage and lets you take your stop loss way up here. And it's where you lose the money. So then you get into this position. You're like, you know what? Instead of 5x, I'm going to up this to 10x because it's going to come back down, right? That's the bet that you're making when it breaks out of that range, is that it will come back down and it will settle exactly where it's telling you the point of control is, right? So if you did that, and again, we're using 10x leverage from this position, and you come down here, that's 10x from here, and it's 2.61% was the move back to the point of control. So if you did that at 10x, that's 26%. So, not a lot, but let's just say it's $100, right? That's $26 that you just made in a couple of hours. Now, is that a lot? Of course it's not. We're not. Look, this is about learning the process and doing it. Well, now what do? You come down here and you do the same thing. When you get into the value area low, then you do a 5x from here. And then what you're going to do is also, as it comes back up, you're going to look here and do I have some strength? Am I lifting up above? Is it still continuing upwards? Is it still continuing upwards? Now, if it goes all the way up to here, then guess what? You just had another big win. And when you take this range right here, that's another 2.6, 2.7%. This is it's easy money, guys. Like it's easy money. Now, Here's the other issue, right? Every once in a while, you'll see something like this happen. So you get back in right here and you're going down to the point of control and it wicks a little bit right here. Don't enter a trade at the point of control because you don't know whether it's going back up or down. That's why it's the point of control. This is the one where it tells it's going to go up or down. Now, if you're a brave and adventuresome person, knowing that it will go one way or another, you could hold on and not sell at the point of control. See if it starts ranging down. Like this one came all the way down. So, on this one, this becomes, from top to bottom, 4.5%, so 45%. So if you just consider this, if you're doing $100 on every trade, just an average, right? And we know that this represents 2.6, right? So you came into here, you had $100, you made $26, you made $26. So now you have $152. This one came at like 49%, so you got another $50. So now you got $200. And then you rode this back up here, which is 2.6%. So now you got another $26. Now you came back down here, and these are a little bit smaller range, but it comes back up into this range here. Now you got another $30. And now before you know it, you've got $100 that you made. Now you've got your original investment back, and now you're doing all this shit right here, and you're just continuing to make these moves over and over and over and over. And look, it doesn't matter how much you win. The point is win your trade. If you win your trade, then you can increase your position every single time. Just every single time you can continue to do that. So this is a very simple. Now, here's the other part. The part that matters the most is this. Every once in a while, you will lose. You cannot win every time because you don't know the market. The experts, matter of fact, Evan and Frankie were both talking about getting stopped out on some of their trades over the last few days. Like, for example, let's just say that you decided, you know what, this is actually a good position. I'm gonna go long at 30,500 right here. And, you could hold on to it, and you never know when one of these crazy ass things is going to play out, right? So this crazy ass thing did kind of play out over here. But here's the thing. Up here, you were told to take, this is where you're going to short, right? And you're going to short this back to the point of control. Well, you got destroyed right here, which is why you never go high, you never go in a good position, never add too much leverage or too much of a dollar amount. You're just trying to win. And it doesn't matter how much, again, it doesn't matter how much you win. If you win, $20 and $20 and $20 and $20 and $20, and you're just playing with house money at this point. Never over leverage yourself. Never say YOLO. Never go YOLO. And then you're going to be good. And then you just keeps moving, and ta-da! Now all of a sudden, you're in profit. But 34,387. Now we're starting to retrace a little bit. That means we need a money flow, and I can't believe I just closed Vu Manchu. Now I got to redo the whole goddamn thing. Anyway, let's turn these back on. Boom, boom. All right, so way overbought, by the way. So, we could be seeing the American market being what it is, but we got a positive Dow Jones number, and we got the American market maybe taking profit right now. We might see a reversal on this pretty soon. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum not holding up nearly as well, not having the big play and the big move that it's been having. So we're looking for Ethereum to hit 2,000. That's the play right now. Is Ethereum having a nice big spike up to this $2,000 line, and it, structurally speaking, it's doing the same thing as Bitcoin's doing, relatively speaking. But you could also make an argument that it's got this like triple top. But here's the thing: when a triple top basically breaks to the downside, it's right now formed a double bottom. So right here, and then we got the W, and does it extend and does it make its way back up? Could also reverse that. It could also pop in here and then make its way through a W pattern, or up here, and then boom, we're heading back down. So we do have a resistance area down in this range. So whatever move it's going to make is going to be fairly quick. But I do think that we're probably looking at a 2,000 Ethereum coming in pretty soon. Structurally, it just look, everything looks to the good right now. Everything looks positive. If we swap over here and throw in MACD, on the larger time frames, and this is important, on the larger time frames, we are looking really, really good with MACD on the larger time frames. So that means that the money is flowing into the market, and we're looking pretty good. I remember yesterday we told you the weekly number was looking really, really good. It just this weekly number right here on Ethereum is almost into the green. We flipped it on Bitcoin into the green. So the weekly numbers, when they flip over here green, look what happens to the project, right? We got a flip here to green, and we go from 1,094 to 2,000. So that's what happens when you flip the green. And then we stayed in it up all the way up to, what is this, 2141. So this is, if we flip over, then we are headed up, hopefully big time. Now, you never really know what's going to happen. You're always just kind of guessing when you see these things play out. But generally speaking, every time we flip from red to green, and we've been red here for all of, what are we, 23? So let's call it 6 months now. So about 6 months now, we've been in the red, and now we're about to flip green. And when you flip green, again, that is a big move. The last move was 100% move. Topping out, by the way. Let's top it out right here at because we usually miss the whole thing right there, right? 82%. From the bottom, it's over 100%, but you never really get the bottom just right. The money flow starts to change, but the money flow didn't change until right here. So an 80% move. So if we got an 80% move on once it flips right here, if we get an 80% move from where we are currently, that's 3,300. Are you ready for a $3,300 Ethereum? That's the question. So, that's what it's looking like. That's how the markets are shaping up right now. That's what the signals are telling you. These are raw signals, by the way. Anything can go wrong at any time. So, bear that in mind. So, we'll see how this all plays out. But let's move on into altcoins, and let's check everything else out as we go. Volt trading at 28.11, having a nice little reversal. This is a weekly spike. We'll look at the hourly spike, and we get a little bit different sentiment on this. Hope I'm not losing signal, by the way. There we go. All right, Volt is having a bit of a reversal. It's now reversed over that previous high. So that's a bullish indicator for Volt. Continuing to mint new ranges, also a very good sign. Now, of course, it does like the 200 SMA, so it will come back down and test at some point. The question is, how long can it extend? If it extends, then this could run its way up here. So then when it comes back and does a test, it doesn't seem like that big a deal when it does a retest. But we're at 28 right now. People are not, look, CoinRabbit is done. We're not selling off on CoinRabbit anymore. So now the question is, can Volt make a big recovery? And it's my estimation that a big recovery doesn't start until you get over 53.06, because that is this top over here. Also represents resistance across the board on Volt. So we'll see whether or not it has it in it to make that move, and how quickly that move can be made. But also, don't sleep, because if you just kind of take this as an example, and then you kind of move it out, like Volt is ranging where it's going to take a while for that recovery to happen, but the recovery seems to be underway unless the paradigm changes. Now, if the paradigm changes and Volt continues a little pump, then you can move it down here a little bit more. And, if it just wicks its way up, you might see a faster breakout because you can also make an argument that this little thing is right here. So you might see Volt run up to 3,300. So hopefully something's going to happen. Now, of course, for those of you, it's not my business to talk about Ben's personal life. But he did make a post yesterday that he and his wife are separating, that she filed for divorce, and that he is currently with Cassie. So you guys can take that for what you will. Again, that's personal stuff. I'm uncomfortable talking about his personal business, but that's what's going on right now. Now, that did cause a little fluctuation in the price because people were thinking, oh no, more drama. Well, I don't think so. We're not really dealing with more drama at this point. We're just dealing with news coming out right now. Now, and I'm not saying that a divorce is not drama. I'm not saying it doesn't produce drama. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, I don't think that that's something that directly affects the price. So my 1,000 prediction does not change at all in this context. And here's the thing: when I come down to lower time frames, then we're seeing a continuation of this sort of, and I wanted to erase that so you could see, like we're going across the top over here, right? And then we're going from here up. So this is a breakout indicator, meaning that if we do just the same thing that we did the last time, that the next level is going to be 8,000. Now, an 8,000 level, I will take that as a win at this point. That would be a pretty good play, a pretty good move. So definitely want the win there. I do think that it will happen as this V2 starts to draw nearer and nearer. I think we see that parabolic sort of spike. If you ever look at the Volt V1 and V2, the V2 to V3, like the V1 to V2 transition, you'll see what I'm talking about. It just kind of spikes its way up in the last couple of days. Really, we really had a nice takeoff here. Now we're finding quite a bit of resistance when you come to the 4 hour and you kind of break it back here. This was a massive level of resistance. Jesus Christ. Get a life. Why is that value area low going down to 0? That doesn't make much sense, but okay. So anyway, this is a nice recovery, but this resistance right here, this was a long period of time to be in this range. So this is a tough resistance to overcome. So that's what it's going through right now. It's going to have to pop through there in order to get up into these higher numbers. And if it does, then the rally's on. But until it does, then we still have to deal with it. Dubai X having a little bit of reversal. A lot of people crying. But it still seems to be moving its way and reversing the 50 SMA. The 200 still coming down from this sell-off, but the reversal is underway. The Habibi token is now part of their ecosystem. So, make what you want of that. I think it's a little early to be launching a secondary token, but it's not my goddamn project. So it's Wolfie's project. So whatever he wants to do, he's going to do. WAGMI, again, just kind of ranging up here in this 86 and then selling off. Like it's getting to the point of control, or it's getting close to the point of control, and then it's rejecting off of it. But this is a large range on the 4 hour, not really getting in there. And this, by the way, no futures trading. So you don't see near the volatility. You're just seeing spot trading on this chart. So if that's the case, then the next step here is to get up to 85.42 and see if this time is going to be for real, because every single time you get to that range, you get rejected. And if you're getting rejected here, you got to consider the math on this. Now, when you look over here at WAGMI on the broader chart, then you see that they've changed their taxes from 5% and 8% down to 2.5% and 2.5%. So it now benefits you a little bit to have a little more trade volume on this, because these ranges that it's putting up are 20% ranges. So after a 5% tax in and out, you're still looking at 15% gains on these big moves. So there are people who are trading that chart. So if that's the case, then the question is, can this thing move after this next test of 86? And then can it find buyers to get itself up here into the 95 range, which is the next spot? So that's what we're going to be looking at over there. Then we've got down the line here, Pepe up 15% to 1130, continuing to spike. 100x Gems 1460, Advantis 1336, Saitama down slightly at 1342. SHIB 74.56, looking for some positive moves. A lot of people are talking about a breakout right now on SHIB. Guys, I'll make some content on it, and we'll talk about that very soon. Just don't know for sure yet. Starl, I mean, basically back where it started. Like, that's crazy to me. I still haven't looked up what happened here, but, I mean, I have no idea. Bone, 75 cents right now. 19 ETH sell-off just a little while ago. But otherwise starting to do a little bit of recovery, but this is the buy zone. This is the buy zone. MUSK trading at 67.56. So if you guys are interested, you can definitely go check me out. But that's it. Liquidation map shows me a lot of heat up here in the all the way up to around 35,000. So it looks like we've got interest in it, but the market does seem to be waning just a little bit right now. And that is it. Let's get into chat real quick. Woo! Musk is set to flip Bitcoin. Okay, well, all right. Where are all the muskrats? Let's go. Volt 33 coming for Volt. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Hey, Bleeves, how do I get out of read only on the Musk Telegram? Kevin Owens, thank you for your service. Sami Zayn is your guy. I can't believe you left him on Raw and went to SmackDown. But the answer to that is when you leave the chat and then you come back into the chat. When you come back into the chat, am I staring you in your soul, by the way? You come back into the chat, and when you do, you might have to have a test that you do. Like you might have to click on verify yourself, or you can't post there. So make sure that you get verified. Also, make sure that you weren't muted. And I know I created the goddamn channel, but I don't know how to check that. But we'll figure it out. PM me at BLEEVESCRYPTO on X, and I can look that up, or on Telegram at Believes, but you may not be able to because I shut it off because everybody's like, hey man, if only you give me a few $100, I'll get you trending on Dex Tools. Hey man, if you only give me a few $100, I'll become a mod for you. Hey man, if you only give me a few $100, and look, I'm not looking for massive pumps on Muskrat. I would like to see, let me rephrase that. I would love to see a massive pump. I would love to see a bunch of people from, say, Ethereum who didn't get wrecked or something like that saying, you know what, I want to try my chances over here on something a little bit more, because I'm looking for a longer term play out. But I don't see the value in pumping things up and paying a bunch of people a bunch of money, which means I have to sell tokens on the chart. I just don't like that. I think it's disrespectful to the investors, and I would prefer to just kind of hold on for a little bit of time. The only people that I consider that I am disrespecting when I don't do what I'm talking about there, and I don't do that, the only people I'm disrespecting are the swing traders who are just trying to scalp ETH off of the chart anyway, and I'm not down for that. So I would prefer to just kind of leave it as it is. And I need trade volume. So, trade volume is what makes the world go round. So I don't care if you buy, I don't care if you sell. If you do have that trade volume, cool. But one of these projects is going to fail, or it's going to come down, and somebody's going to point in this direction. Maybe we'll do a call channel at some point. Maybe we'll do something like that. But I would prefer better market conditions, and then I would prefer to have a little bit more function and use for people, other than right now just being able to move around in the game, because that's what we do right now. And then we play the game, and then you can have a little competition to win and stuff like that. So we're going to have, over the next bunch of days, we're going to have buy competitions where you can win more MUSK tokens, because I have tokens to give out. But we're going to have some buy competitions where you can earn more MUSK with a buy competition. We're going to do all kinds of different things. By the way, I haven't announced it yet. So if you're saying, ooh, I need to buy right now, let me make an announcement first before you do that. And then we'll get that underway. So, let's see. Hoping my tonic gets back to my buy-in point. Musk welcomes everyone who will come for the right reasons. There we go. Everybody who will come for the right reasons. We welcome everybody and anybody who wants to do that. But remember, look, I can't stress this enough, guys. There's a bull run coming. There is a bull run coming. When that bull run comes, you know who's going to probably have the most wild pump? A token with the $ Musk name. People will find it because of Elon Musk. Rat. Elon Muskrat, not Elon, not that guy who turned X into a crater. I mean, I'm sorry. Not that guy that turned a $50 billion Twitter into a $3 billion X, but it's way better and more profitable. So Will Volt get to $1 billion before the bull run? I don't think so. I don't think there's any chance of that. As a matter of fact, look, I think that Volt will have a good run. I think that there's some opportunity there, but people have to find Volt again. People have to get into the space again. We need retail to run Volt, and until retail comes back, nobody's going to run. Now, here's the other thing. I think that retail is going to front run these other investors. We are seeing money come back into the market, right? Benjamin Cowan said the other day that he's concerned because all he sees is a flip of, people pulling out of altcoins in order to run into Bitcoin. But what he forgot to point out was in order for that to happen, there has to be no new money coming in. It's just a transfer of wealth. And that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. So new money is coming into the market. So if that's the case, then I think that it's just a matter of time before we're all just getting flush with cash. I think that, we're on the cusp right now of having a big run. Can I guarantee it? No. Do I know that it's coming? No. Do I think that it's coming? Yes. Can I say exactly when it's going to happen? Well, I think it's already happening. I think it's already happening with Bitcoin, and it's just a matter of, here's the thing. There's a number, and it's 48,000. When we get to 48,000, I think that that we're going to have a mini altcoin season. That would be my guess. At 48,000 Bitcoin, maybe even 42, might be even in that 45,000 range. But we're going to have a sell-off, a massive sell-off there. And then people are going to get back into altcoins, and we'll have like a mini run. And then we're going to go back up, and we're going to test the all-time high of 69,000. When that happens, then we're going to have a massive altcoin season at 69,000 because Bitcoin will probably retrace back down. It'll do a fib retracement, probably somewhere in the 40-something range. Jesus Christ, I don't even know the number at this point, but we can make a speculative guess about where Bitcoin would go at that point. But it'll all start to change. Like everything will just become different pretty soon. I'm gonna look at the day chart real quick here. I'm not going to share it with you guys, but I'm just going to give you guys kind of an idea here of, so 69,000 right here. And then we do a retracement to 42,000. God damn it. I am so right about this shit. Ain't this a bitch? All right. So our levels are going to be 35, which was what we just hit, right? 42, 48, 57, and then 69. So once those hit, once we hit 69, we'll retrace probably down to 42. And then all of a sudden, what you'll see is a huge kind of altcoin season just start running. And then from there, then that'll decline again, but we'll have a much higher floor for all of those coins. And then going forward from there, then we'll see the big rally start to happen. That's when we'll start to see the big stuff happen. And that's when the entire market will set sail. So that's the way I think that it's going to play out. So, but yeah, there we go. Elon Muskrat says it best: play games, music, movies, and trade on ElonMuskratToken.com. So if you're interested in it, certainly go check it out. Again, I can't give you a promise of profit or anything like that. I can only give you the promise that we're going to work hard for you and try to create some value for you. And $Musk has got to mean something, right? So this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. I do have new intros and stuff like that ready for you, by the way. And just to clarify for anybody who was curious, because I am getting questions about this, I'm not changing my intro song. My brother did make a new song that's going to be my outro going forward. So yeah, I'm still trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. But now I'm about to scare you. If you will have the courtesy, if you would please, because I'm asking, stay on for just a second after this outro and hit the refresh button on the video and then leave a comment and make sure that you hit the like button. We'll talk to you again very soon.
It's been a long day, a long week, maybe a long year. So let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody